Hello, everypony, and welcome to the D&D Podcast, episode 10 of Worlds Collide. We are at 10 episodes, and that is pretty awesome in my opinion. However, we're at 10 episodes, and the party is about to enter the penultimate, that's second to last, world in the campaign. So not too long left. That said, I will go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves because they have their introduction order.
By the way. Just known as that.
M. Oh, introduction order.
Yes.
Hello, I am Mia Harpy, playing as Leon, the cleric that wasn't here last week.
And thus survived getting almost killed by Darius.
Then again, I kind of feel bad for not being there when Hills would be gratefully helpful. I mean, you guys get ready. Anyways, I just realized that I hit level 5 and got new spells, and hopefully I can do better in general. And I'm also a kitty. Okay. And I'm guessing this isn't here, so next.
Hello, I'm Falling Star. As you know, I'm playing Prince Maximilian Effervescent Charming, who is going to be trying to use a rapier instead of his trusty longsword, which is unusual, but he was told that it was special by people he trusted. So, let's see how that goes. And that's all I got.
How special is it?
Stabby. Let her get out of here. Anyway. I'm playing Paul, the super long ranger. He's going to be probably pretty far behind everyone. I have nothing else.
Alright, Ryuo here, playing Ryuo Zeon, Dragonborn Rogue. Pretty long ranger myself, but can get up in the face if need be. Well, my guy was currently missing last week as well due to events, but story-wise, I found the treasure room and started getting locks while everybody else was off. I had no clue what was going on until I walked in the room. I was like, the heck happened to all you people? Alright, that's all for me.
Okay. Well, I'm Jan and I'm playing Harvey the Sailor Gnome again, who now has gauntlets of ogre power, so he won't be hitting actually, but he will be hitting hard from now. Hopefully from a broom while flying or something. Well, I guess there's nothing. He can continue his habit of dying every time. Well, almost dying. Whoever is next.
And bringing up the rear was the guy who actually died last week. That was brought back. Andy, the card man, and playing Dwyer Bonecrusher, the half-orc sorcerer who was dead, then got rezzed, and who is right now feeling pretty crummy about himself because it's kind of his fault that they got the party killed.
I suppose that is now my intro, in which case I am Serene Ink as usual, playing the Dungeon Master and Jennifer, the Guardian of the Gate. And so last week you all traversed the Underlord's dungeon, where a couple of you got zapped by a lightning trap. One of you attempted to dismantle said lightning trap and then take it with you, except that promptly failed.
Yeah, in which case I smacked it and it left it to rust.
And then after getting blasted by the lightning trap, you continued to explore until discovering the dead dungeon heart of the old keeper Nemesis. Also finding the remainder of the Horned Reaper talisman, of which as soon as you obtained it, the evil keeper Darius showed up and to attempt to get the talisman. He got the talisman back, and then the party decided to fight this near godlike creature and almost got wiped out.
Reiterate,
Yeah.
I did die.
So that
We killed it.
happened.
Doesn't matter, we killed it.
And that would be the point. Is like I walk in, it's like, what the heck happened to all you people? What's with the scorch marks all over the place?
Yep. So, having rested up, shopped, and gotten all of your magical items of which you discovered in the dungeon identified and distributed amongst the party, a day or two pass, depending on what the length of time that you guys needed to accomplish all of your things. And then Jennifer tells you that the next world guardian you seek is an old mage, a very powerful old mage. He was last seen in the town of Morbidity, and he traveled into the catacombs underneath the town and has not been seen since. She warns you that the world that the town of Morbidity lies in is one of the closest worlds currently to the darkness. It is, in fact, entirely possible that the darkness has already begun to consume the world. Unfortunately, you have to find the World Guardian before that happens.
Bugger. Yeah, well. Once more into the breach.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So with that, Jennifer calls all of you to gather around, and muttering her few incantations, you're all teleported in classic teleportation fashion, as has been the way that you are teleported by Jennifer this whole time. You now find yourselves in a dark and dreary town. The very town itself feels... what's the word? Gloomy, like the feeling of death is just hovering over you. There are no people that you can see. If anybody is alive in this village, they must be in their houses, as there's nobody outside. There are dark clouds high above. There seems to be some kind of a storm raging in the sky above.
So, what is this place called?
This is the town of Morbidity.
Lovely
Sounds
name.
rather morbid. Yeah,
Why would anyone
fun name.
live here? Why would anyone live in a town called Morbidity?
They're
Jennifer
obsessed with
shrugs.
death.
It's like these people apparently.
Apparently.
they just rename the town?
Who
Yeah,
knows? Maybe
they-
the town's full of morticians.
And before my father's name was Mortinity.
Right?
And in either case, guess we gotta figure out where the hell we're going.
Yeah,
Are there
that would be
any
a good idea.
immediately obvious entrances to go below ground?
Not from where you are standing.
Where are we going?
Well, that's what we're looking for. So let's
Yeah.
go find them.
Right?
Is that, we could probably ask it if there's, we could probably get information from, if there's a tavern in this joint. We could probably ask the barkeep about caverns. Maybe hear some local rumors, that sort of thing.
Or just find the biggest building and they must have someone important in there.
Like I said, the tavern.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we're looking for an important place.
Alright.
Whatever has flags on it.
Flags or a tavern, or wherever we find first. You better.
Right. Right. Wandering the town of Morbidity for a couple of minutes, not for very long. You come upon a... Sorry, I've got something stuck in my nose that won't come out. That's why I've been sniffling constantly. It feels like my nose just suddenly became stuffed up about 2 minutes ago. You you come upon a large building. There is there's a sign that has a symbol of a beer mug on it. It's kind of hanging over the door, whereas a secondary sign attached to the ground reads the Green Unicorn Tavern.
Eyebrow raised at the name.
That's one poor unicorn.
Green Unicorn Tavern.
Poor unicorn must be sick.
I'm like, okay. Somebody's been eating too much grass.
Dwyer ignore the comments about the unicorn being green and walk to the tavern.
Alright. The door creaks open as you push to enter the tavern. You can hear a soft a soft sort of piano playing sound somewhere in the tavern.
I'm gonna look for it.
Well, you might want me to
Okay.
let me finish the description here first. Glancing around the tavern, you notice that there are several beer mugs sitting upon tables. There doesn't appear to be anyone here in the tavern. Well, maybe. There does seem to be a mug floating behind the bar.
Okay.
There's a towel kind
It's
of
one of those towns.
wiping the mug down.
Arcana check. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I gotta check.
Oh, okay. You're letting me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Charming
Oh,
failed
come
his
on.
impulse die. Right, okay, Charming's going to walk in. Hail, good people! See what happens.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, we
Oh!
got that by your minute-long moan.
Yeah, we figured.
Yeah.
Something.
Should I try for an Arcana check now, just for the lulz of it? See if I get anything better than a 1?
Let the actual caster do his job.
True, go for it, Orc.
Yeah.
Don't you have that guidance? Can't trick
wait
someone.
to see.
Oh yeah, I do have the guidance.
You could wait to see what the reaction is from
Charming.
Charming. I
Yeah,
mean, He
okay.
did just kind of walk in there and say hello to everyone,
Yeah, and keeping right behind him because I don't trust these people.
right?
It's like you don't trust what you can't see.
Technically, Dwyer walked in first, then Charming, and he did the hello. Dwyer just walked in quietly, so.
It's like,
So, Charming walks past Wire and bellows his hellos. The towel that is wiping down the mug stops, and the mug gets set down upon the counter.
Cause
There's an eerie, sudden quiet. Whatever was playing the piano has stopped. It's almost like all eyes have turned upon Charming, except that there's no eyes to turn upon him.
All right.
Okay,
Charming
just to
is
say-
going
Oh.
Charming is going to keep smiling and say, "I'm sorry, good people, but I can't seem to see you, nor hear you in case you are talking. Is there any way we can communicate? Perhaps by tapping your glass."
Just to ask, do I get anything with a 4?
No, not really.
Okay.
In response to Charming, there is a voice that comes from the bar. The voice says, "Yeah, you can't see us. We know."
But I can now hear you, and we can communicate. That's good. We're looking to get under the city. Can you help us?
Why you want to go there?
We're searching for someone who is in the catacombs.
Searching for someone who?
Yes, that is what I said.
Who we're looking for? Don't. Be honest, don't know. We just have a hunch that there's someone in the catacombs that we're looking for. And if you, and you know what? The quicker you tell us, the quicker we'll be out of your hair, and the quicker you can get back. You can get back to, well, whatever it is that you feel like doing.
I think they were drinking.
I only saw one mug floating, so that means either people were listening to the invisible musician, or because if they sorry, if the drinks were invisible, then we would not be able to see the barkeep clean one of the glasses. But yeah, I'm also going to roll a persuasion for him to sort of say, hey, just tell us where to go so that we can get out of here. So, ooh, 25 on the persuasion check.
Nice, very nice. There's a silence for a moment, and then the barkeep speaks up and says, "Well, can't really say I'm happy to hear that someone else is looking into those catacombs. After all, last bloke who went in there didn't come back. And, well, after he went in there, some kind of weird black thing came out of there, and now we're this."
Well
Yeah.
then, perhaps when we go down there, we can fix that. But for now, we need to go down there.
Yeah, to say we have a manner of fixing problems, and this seems right up our alley.
Well, not much I can do, I suppose, to stop you. I mean, even if I wanted to, I couldn't touch you. Very well. you must know where the entrance to the catacombs is. You can find the entrance to the catacombs near the graveyard. It's not hard to find. Just open the crypt.
And not push a tombstone or anything, right?
Charming is going to smile and bow. Thank you, my good man. And he's going to turn and leave.
And on we go.
Well, before Dwyer leaves, he actually takes one of the gold coins that the party still has on from his share and places it on the counter. He's like, "Thanks." And sorry for the trouble. Then he leaves.
Leon stares at Dwyer. He's like, "Wow, you changed. You should die more often."
Maybe man.
Leon was trying to lighten up the mood. And really, he's
Die
not
more often.
working.
Oh. Ow.
So, continuing on to the graveyard, I assume.
Yep.
You travel on towards the graveyard of the town. Upon reaching the graveyard, it seems to be a fairly good-sized graveyard. There's several graves all over. However, in the center, there seems to be a rather large crypt. The crypt has a shield and crest symbol high above the wooden door in the front of it. Upon the crest, it reads the word Borgov.
Borgov.
Drawing sword and shield and moving them slowly.
Oh, crap, I know where we are.
I don't.
I have no idea.
No, this is out of character, but I know where we are. Crap.
I don't
Oh,
know.
what? Hold on. If it's out of character, I'm kind of interesting. I'm interested.
We're in a place called Mordavia.
Still doesn't ring a bell.
We're in the King's Quest universe. Not the King's Quest, the Quest for the Glory universe.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually, both games occur in the same universe.
So
Yeah.
I was right in the first one, but yeah, I wanted to be more specific for more specifically Quest for Glory 4. Bugger.
Oh, right.
But yeah. Leon's going to do a history check to see if he can recall their name. Probably not.
Probably not, because you're not from this world.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
sword and shield and proceed with caution.
Yeah, and ready to dodge whatever comes at us.
And now for something in character, Dwyer's like, so
Oh,
who wants
okay.
who wants to bet there's zombies or undead?
Sword
Leon
and
raises
shield,
his
proceed
hand.
with caution. Charming's way ahead of all you guys.
Right?
I'm gonna take the rear.
Keeping close to Charming.
I'll stay in the middle. You know, for
I'll say in the back.
Alright. Opening the crypt and descending down a long set of stairs. Seem to wind for several minutes. You finally reach the end, in which you find yourself in a big, dark room.
Kentrant, light. I touch, I basically touch, Charming's sword.
Touches golden banana on his chest. I have to be on his chest because you never know.
Okay, sure, I'll do that.
You know what? I was wondering when you'd ask for someone to touch your golden banana.
So yeah, Charming's golden banana is now glowing.
Yep.
Does he realize it was the cleric who did it though?
The glow from the light immediately reveals a frightening sight. In front of you, against the wall, is the statue of the Grim Reaper. It stands imposing, staring down at you, his scythe looking as if it's ready to just swing and cut your head off.
Oh, hello again.
Leela hides behind Charming.
So I was like, oh hey, it's the statue of Greg.
Greg's
Still
not.
hiding
He's.
behind Charming.
Hey, that's not Gilgamesh.
I said his name is Greg.
I know. That's what everyone nicknames Gilgamesh.
But
It's another video game reference, but
I know.
but Dwyer did meet the Grim Reaper and he called himself Greg. So he's like, so yeah. Anyway, he's like, huh. I guess Dwyer's like, huh, the statue of Greg. Neat.
We met him in Hades, remember?
But yeah, just to
Yep.
say, it would probably make us mostly jump after we see that because just lighting up the area and then saying that quickly.
Is
Yeah.
there anything else here?
Upon further examination of the room, after your little scare from the statue, the crypt seems to be a fairly rectangular room. Just seems to be the one room as far as you can tell. Upon some of the other walls, you can see coffins or coffers or whatever that seem to they're sitting up against the wall. They kind of look like statues of different people. Aside from that, I can't immediately think of anything that you would notice.
Any other entrances and exits?
None that you can see.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. I am rolled investigation while you were doing that. So 15 investigation check to see if there's any sort of secret passages or any something like that, because there's got to be something like that in here. There's always a secret passage.
Yeah, actually. Upon examining some of the coffin statue things, you notice that each one seems to have some sort of a button or switch upon them. You're not sure what they do as you haven't pushed any of them yet. However, there is one that seems to have a hidden cover. Flipping the cover reveals a hidden keyhole.
Huh. Hey, Rio.
We need Zora.
Rio. Need you and your lockpicks over here.
Alright, I'm coming. Alright, roll to see if I can break this thing open like that one time. That'll be funny as heck.
Well, it
And
was almost bad,
that's-
so I can just punch it.
There's always that. And let's see, a 19 without any mods.
Nice.
Does that get us in?
Well, what is it with all of your mods and stuff? It's
I'm trying to
19.
remember which mod it is I use for the lockpicks.
It's your dex because you're lockpicking plus your proficiency with thieves' tools.
So pretty much
So
dexterity
a
plus.
proficiency plus 3 and then a dex mod of plus 2. 19.
Just do
24.
all the math yourself.
Yeah, I just said 24.
Yeah, sorry, you broke up awkwardly, so we didn't hear the 24, we just heard 19.
Sorry, signal sometimes goes floppy over here.
Yeah, it's fine. So 24. All right. Working with your thieves' tools, you manage to pick the lock on the door. Or rather, you managed to pick the lock in the keyhole.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Does anything open?
Nothing that you've noticed.
Dwyer's going to Dwyer's actually going to try to open the try to move the statue thing to see if unlocking if that lock meant that he could move it now, the cover secret passage or something.
Alright. Pushing on the coffin statue thing, you notice that the entire thing begins to move and shift out of the way. The stairs continue. You see stairs continuing deeper down into the crypt.
Goody. Okay, Charming. Found the way you need to light with your big golden banana.
Charming is going to head on down.
Alrighty.
Put my tools away and follow suit after a couple of the others. I am supposed to stay in the back.
You're
Alrighty.
going in.
Stick it in the middle.
You continue down the stairs a ways until you finally find yourself at the bottom and find yourself in a large series of catacombs. The walls around you are made out of a red style brick. The ground beneath you is just basically solid stone. Upon entering, you find yourself looking out. I did not actually get the crypt map onto map tools. Let me do that real fast. That I can tell you where you guys are. My bad. So you find yourselves in a small little room. Roughly, I would say, maybe about 10 by 10 foot. On one side of the room, you can see a wooden doorway, and behind you, obviously, leads back up.
Perception on the door.
Alright.
20. Hit modifiers.
Alright. Listening through the door, you hear an odd sound, one that you don't think you've heard before. Some kind of light hissing sound. Kind of sounds similar to a snake, but not quite. Definitely not a snake.
I tell that with the party.
And great, our expert in gibberish isn't here. But yeah, hissing sound. Crap. Is there any way we can open the door from the distance so that people with long range can just long range whatever's behind the door to death?
But we have a cleric with thaumaturge.
It was one of the choices I could have, but I didn't choose it.
Yeah,
That's actually missed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Mist had it, but I think other
Aw.
than that, it was just Card's character and Curse that had it.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
Sorry.
unfortunately, I don't think any of our current characters have it.
I mean, I could have, but I checked Magic Circle because we might be dealing with more, you know.
Anyway.
Well, Thaumaturgy's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cantrip.
Now,
They-
what was that one spell that I saw?
But yeah, it's like, anyway. Great. Behind the door, it sounds like a snake. Oh well, could be worse. Could be another giant demon.
Well, it's not a snake. It's just some hissing sound.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a snake, right?
Well, not quite, but yeah.
Didn't those green things that about blew us up that first time hiss?
Oh, oh, frack me.
The one that I was thinking of is called Tongues.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to do a nature check to see if by Harvey's description of the hiss, if it's similar to the hiss we heard way back when.
Alright.
Okay.
Wait, yeah.
6. With mod, so nope. Yeah, apparently dying has made me forget all about it.
Let me try. I've got a +7 in nature to start with, so let me shoot at it. Let's see here. 20 plus no mod.
Was Ryuo even here during that? Well, yeah, I
Yes.
suppose he would have had to have been
Oh.
because we made this campaign for Ryuo. I forgot. No, it is not the same kind of sound.
Okay, it was like, at least we don't have to worry about blowing up the moment we open the door.
So we can rush in. Yes.
It still leaves one question: who's opening the door?
Well, Simon,
Johnny?
obviously.
Question, which way does this door open? Forward or backwards?
The door opens towards the room that you're in.
Okay, I got some
Turn.
rope in my bag.
Okay.
We can just like pull the door open a little ways back from it just in case something does spill out on us.
We should probably check to see if the door's locked first. So
That's true.
investigation check. 22. Wow, not 20 for the investigation.
The door is not locked.
Is it trapped?
The door is not trapped.
Okay. The Dwyer's like, well, like door's good, not locked, not trapped. Initiate. Let's go with plan rope yank.
Yeah, just in case we got like bowling balls or something on the other side. That'd be random enough.
Alrighty.
Alright, I take out some rope from my pack and wraps it around the door, hands the other end to Charming, and backs away.
I'm preparing to dodge. Prepare your spells. Wait.
I'm moving
Yeah.
back and ready my bow.
Dwyer's
I'll
got-
just
back here
ready the magic missile. Come on.
Dwyer's got a motor fire on his hand. He's like ready to fire when ready.
Alright, Charming, open the door.
Alright. Charming is going to take both ends of the rope as much as he can. And he's going to throw an athletics check to try to either open the door, tear the door off its hinges, whatever happens. That'll be a 19.
Alright. You grab the rope, you yank on the rope, pulling the door open. What greets you on the other side is a rather hideous creature. Definitely demonic looking in nature. Its body is completely black with two large black wings. Um,
Yep, killing it with fire.
yeah. Great big fangs, glowing red eyes.
I was going to type that down.
He's like, everybody just attack.
I was
Well,
going
the
to say,
DM has to decide if it's a surprise round or if ready actions go off.
Ready actions would go off, yeah.
okay.
So it's
Yes,
not a
yeah.
surprise round?
Hmm?
So it's not a surprise round?
Um,
Because that's different. If it's a surprise round, we all get a round to do things. If it's ready actions go off, then, we throw our stuff off and yada yada yada. It all depends
Right.
on whether or not the monster would be considered surprised.
right.
If I was an evil creature, I'd be a little surprised if the door flew open suddenly and I was staring at a bunch of things with like fireballs
Yeah,
and
but
stuff
here's
in
the
my hands. I'm
thing.
like, what?
Here's the thing. Half a dozen people were in the room just outside the door, talking and moving around and discussing and things.
Right.
So again, the DM would have to decide if it hurt us, which it might
Right.
have.
Or if it understood us.
If it does that, then understand
It wouldn't need to understand us. Just knowing that something's there would immediately negate surprise.
Right.
That's true.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it probably heard you guys. I mean, you guys could roll a stealth check, but charming.
Ching,
Right
ching,
now.
ching, ching, ching.
So
I got a 7.
We are not being stealthy by pulling the door off its hinges.
yeah, I was also thinking the same thing on that. So, I would say that being that you're not really trying to be stealthy, it probably heard you and had turned its attention to the door, but then the door opens and then things go flying out from the door before it can react. So,
Which is
ready
important.
actions, but I wouldn't call it surprise.
Exactly, so we don't have advantage, and Charming doesn't get to go, and because no one is adjacent to the creature, the rogue wouldn't get sneak attack.
Right.
So it does matter.
Yep.
Magic missile dealt 9 damage.
And will 17 hit its AC?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
12 hit it.
Will a 12 hit it? No.
Damn. Alright, that sucks. That was empowered too.
14 fire damage to the thing from my fire moat because it got upgraded. Well, firebolt.
14. Alright.
Alright, let's see what I ended up. I had my bow out too. 15, you said didn't make it.
12 didn't make it.
I got a 15 on that one.
Okay, that would have hit then.
Alright, and since it's just a standard attack, not a sneak.
Yep.
A 3! Plus a 2, that's a 5.
5.
Yep, 5 damage, that's total.
5 damage. Alright. And is that it for ready actions?
I think so. I think everybody's managed to whack it except Charming. And,
Harvey has a
The
dodge
sailor.
ready. Nothing else.
That's right. Harvey has dodge readied. Alright. In that case, then, the Shadow Demon, as it is called, well, he crit on his initiative, so he has a 23. So, yeah, he's gonna go first. Screeching, roaring, it's not happy. And likely the sound that it just made alerted anything within probably 60 feet of it. It comes tearing towards the party. I assume Charming, of course, is in the front of the party. Not that
Of
it's going
course.
to matter at all because crit miss. So that happens. So yeah, it comes screeching, tearing towards the party. It swings its claws at Charming, and he just kind of deflects it with his rapier, because that's just totally awesome. Dwyer.
Okay, about how high is the room?
The room that you're currently in, I'd say 20 foot. The door itself is only about maybe 10 feet tall.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to know whether I should initiate a plan Max Charming yet, but because I don't think I should waste one of my level 2 spell slots on this thing. So gonna back up 30 feet because it just came charging at Charming. Then I'm gonna do a Ray of Frost on it.
Remember that at this point, the room itself is only 10 foot by 10 foot. Backing up any at all, it puts you on the stairs if you even entered the room. If not, you're on the stairs. So you're going to have to look down a set of stairs and through a 10-foot archway to be able to see the creature.
Then I'm just gonna back up to the stairs. Then, like I said, Ray of Frost. So I'm 15 versus its AC.
15. That'll hit.
Okay. 8. 9 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10.
Right.
And that is it for me.
Leon.
I'm just going to use the magic missiles again.
Alright.
Let's see.
Make sure to keep track of your charges.
I am. 12 damage.
12 damage. Nice.
Yep.
It's definitely feeling it.
Good. That's pretty good, because I don't want anything bad to happen.
Right.
This guy is scary, too.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope.
Harvey.
More demons. Harvey runs to the switch the size one Charming to the side. From behind to the side, I mean, so he can punch it 3 times. 24 sword hit. And that's a 13 hit.
13 will hit, yes.
Okay, then everything hits, that means. Let's see now.
Yeah, its AC
10
is
damage,
13.
5 damage, and 8 damage. That's 21 damage total.
21 damage in total. Alright. It takes the punches.
Bludgeoning.
It takes the punches. It doesn't really seem too heavily affected by your punches. I mean, it definitely takes them, but doesn't seem like it's really doing all that much damage to it.
Oh, come on. Oh,
Anything
that
else?
was it.
Ryu.
Yep, and since it's right next to Charming, I get the sneak attack now.
Yep.
19.
That'll hit.
Alright, let's go for 4d6 damage. Let's see what I get. Doing math here, give me a second. I believe that's 19 damage.
19 damage. Alrighty.
That'll be it for me. I'm just out of range of them anyway, so yeah, I'm fun with that.
Charming.
Alright. Rapier swing. That's not going to hit. Extra attack. That's a 22 to hit.
Nice.
Oh well, I hit. We're only going to be looking at 7 piercing damage. But,
Ouch.
as I hit, rapier goes up by 1. Yay.
Yep.
And I'm done.
Yeah, it really felt that. That's for sure.
It really felt the 7 damage?
It really felt the 7 damage. It hasn't really been feeling much in the way of damage aside from a couple of attacks, and it really felt that one.
Oh, come on, I hit for 21 damage.
Yeah?
I think you need to hit it with piercing instead of bludgeoning.
I guess so.
Well, the arrow was piercing.
I missed.
Arrow.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You
arrow
missed-
that dealt 19 damage was piercing.
Yeah, it's kind of like to the head.
Yeah. That one was piercing, but it didn't really feel that one. So, Jennifer. Well, she's going to do what she should have done with a ready to action, but I completely forgot that I was even playing her, so I didn't. She's going to give Charming the standard demon bonus thing that she gave him before, which was advantage and then basically double damage on a hit if you hit a demon or a devil type creature.
Pretty sure he's going to go down before that happens, but thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, because she's gonna. If I can talk. Yeah, no, never mind. She's gonna crit miss on her firebolt. Halt.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. With advantage because I'm using silver arrows. Well, goddamn. Alright, no, I'm not.
Extra attack?
Oh, I am level 5.
There you are.
Damn, 24.
24. That's a hit.
Were you using sharpshooter just then?
Yes.
That's a crit?
That is a. Oh, damn. Okay. I was like, I'm used to like having high numbers. Like, oh, it's not a crit. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I am. Wish it was silver arrow too. No, that was my first hit.
Well, I mean, you're using your glass bow, aren't you?
Yes. So,
So, I mean, there's that at least.
Glass bow and sharpshooter. I think it's only going to be an extra d8, but the base damage is like 15 or more.
yeah. So, I wish I didn't roll it right. Hold on. 27 damage.
27 damage. Yeah. You stab it in the chest with an arrow, and it screeches, and then dissolves into nothingness.
Or I blew a hole in his chest with that. Damn.
Something like that, that's for sure.
I hope none of the ash got on us.
Maybe you blasted it in the head with your arrow, and the arrow just like popped its head off, and then its whole body just dissolved into nothing.
Nice shooting, Tex. Let's keep going. There's probably more of them, considering the way that thing screeched. It probably called back up.
Yeah. And
What was that thing even?
no idea, but with Dwyer saying that Holt is going to put his glass longbow away and pull it in the mundane longbow just in case. Because if she gets hit, yeah, Holt gets hit, that thing breaks.
Yep. Alright. So, beyond the door, there is a hallway. Seems about 10 foot by 70 foot. About 20 foot down the hallway is a door off to the eastern side, which would put it at your left at the moment.
Wait, should we check out what's behind this first door, or should we continue down to the end of the hallway and see what's down there?
Perception 17 on the door.
17 on the door. You don't hear anything.
She's quiet.
I'm gonna do an investigation to see if it's locked or not. 9 on the investigation check.
Alright. Doesn't appear to be locked.
Pulling the door open. Right
Well,
away.
It pushes open,
Well,
but yeah.
kicking it open.
Alright, you kick the door open. Inside of said door is a storage room.
Told you so.
You know what? I'm just gonna do a quick perception check to see what's all in there. See if there's anything useful. 13.
13? You think you see something shining.
Investigation is 6.
Okay, I'm actually going to investigate to see what the shiny thing is. 13 on the investigation. Wow, I've been rolling a lot of 13s late today.
Yeah?
Well, be glad it's not Friday.
Well, you wouldn't really need to roll investigation to look at the object. Just have to walk up to it and look at it.
Well, more to try to identify what the thing is.
Yeah. You walk up to the shining object. It's kind of odd. It's some sort of orb. It's not just any ordinary orb. It's a little orb with 3 smaller orbs floating inside.
Okay, this thing seems magic, so Arcana check to see if I've heard of what this sort of magic orb thingy is, because this thing seems magic. Crap, 10.
10.
10 on the Arcana.
You're not familiar with this strange magical orb thing.
Hey,
I'll Arcana check. What is that noise? Okay. 20.
20. Well, it's definitely some kind of magical orb thing. You can't really determine what its purpose is or anything. Your best guess is maybe it's some kind of a magical, like energy containment orb or something. Spell orb containment, something like that. You really have no idea, unfortunately.
okay, the last time I touched something magic, it tried to possess me. So, anyone got any cloth I can use to sort of grab this thing without actually having to touch it? Because I'm thinking this thing with me.
Well, you could try wrapping it in cloth or something.
Yeah, he needs cloth. That's what he's asking.
I just asked that.
Yeah, that's what he just asked.
Does anybody even have that on them?
We can
Just
rip off his...
just rip off a piece of your robe.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly!
All right, rip off.
I was trying to say that. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, Dwyer rips off one of his robe sleeves and grabs the orb using the sleeve of his robe.
Alright. You reach out and you grab the orb using the cloth of your robe.
Okay, then I'm going to...
Wrap
then I'm
it?
going to- What?
Wrap it up in the cloth
Yeah,
and
that's-
say it.
Yeah, I was gonna... Yeah, kind of for me, I was gonna say wrap it up, place it in my pack,
Alright.
then go back to the other side. Well, found an orb thing. Don't know what it is. Didn't risk touching it directly though because
That'd be stupid. Who would do such a thing?
I don't know. Back during another castle, there was a possessed sword, and I was stupid enough to grab it. So I
Yep.
ain't
Leon
risking
Smirks.
Good times.
that.
Oh, the good old days when this game sucks.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Alright. There is a door on the other end of the hallway.
Perception only.
Alright.
11.
You hear something, some kind of high-pitched muttering.
Okay, there's someone in there. Shall
So-
we do the rope thing?
Now we tried doing the rope thing, and that was alright. That only kind of succeeded, but so I say we just go in there and we just kick the door open and see what happens.
Question: shouldn't you find out which way the door swings before you try and kick it open?
And check for traps.
While seeing is safe, Hulk's gonna swap back out his glass longbow.
Right. Which way does the door open?
It appears to open into whatever room is beyond the door.
All right, so
Pushes.
it's safe to kick the thing down and maybe hit whatever's on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Although, do we want to try and be stealthy about this because I'm charming?
He's probably already
I'm
heard
up for
us.
stealth.
He might have already heard us.
I was gonna say, charming, clank, 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 the entire way down the hallway. Plus, don't forget screechy screech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
earlier.
Actually, with disadvantage, I would have had a 17.
yeah,
Wow.
but the demon did screech at us. So even if we were trying to be stealthy,
No, but the hallway is 70 feet long, and I remember her saying that within 60 feet they could hear it. It was a 60-foot radius of that screech.
Hey, Charming. Do you want to try sneaking, or do we want to go meet someone behind the door? There is someone there.
Well, I see no reason to sneak into battle. That would be dishonorable.
yeah,
thought
it's charming.
Everybody, get your stuff ready.
Firebolt at the ready.
Here's at the ready.
Gotta take a few steps back, make sure I'm a good distance away from everyone, and set up. For the hit.
Sacred flame at the ready.
Alrighty.
But of course, if he doesn't look like he's going to kill us, then I'm not going to use it.
And dodge
That's
here.
why it's at the ready and not fired.
Right.
Yeah, it's like if it's hostile, we fire. If it's not, then we don't do anything. But if we do see something hostile trying to attack something, then we attack the hostile thing.
Why would anyone nice be in a dungeon with a
We're
demon
looking-
in it?
We're looking for someone. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, right.
We're looking for someone. Oh my God! I bet. Oh, oh, what? Sorry.
You kick the door open and then promptly kill the guy that you came to rescue. Good work.
It's okay. Revivify.
Do we have one
Right.
this time?
Yes, we have one. Oh no,
no,
we don't.
no. Again, it's like okay, I decided not to get it because Miss has it.
Uh-oh.
And
We don't
who's
have.
missing? Missed.
But if it's just knocked out, I can just bring him back up.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you, as long as no one crits, then
You know what you could do? Ask Jennifer for a description of the guy we're looking for, and if what's in the room isn't that, then you can fire.
We never.
we never did that. We should have done that from the very beginning.
Probably.
Oh God! And she wouldn't actually know what he looks like. She just knows that he's here, and we could have asked the townsfolk what he looked like. Oh dear Lord, we are idiots.
Just blew up the guard back there.
You just hear like we're anything of interest.
Ragtag out of a tavern they were just eating.
Whoa.
Well,
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna put my hellhound ready too. I forgot about that thing already.
Is Jennifer ready this time?
Yeah, Jennifer is going to go ahead and ready whatever ability she thinks would be the best upon seeing the enemy.
It's a bit
Alright,
vague.
my house going to be right up there with the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
All right, Charming, kick.
Charming is going to kick the door down. That's going to be a 23 athletics.
Alrighty. You kick said door down. On the other side of the door is some kind of little miniature gray thing that is muttering to itself as it's staring at its hands.
Oh no.
It's not hostile, so
Miniature
Oh.
gray thing. Is it humanoid?
yeah, because,
Yeah, it appears to be humanoid. I mean, it's bipedal, 2 arms,
Is there
2
anything
legs.
in its hands?
Its hands are kind of cupped in a way that you can't see. Whatever it's holding, it seems to be holding very preciously.
my precious.
Oh my god.
It is actually muttering things that would probably sound similar to Golem. It is not Golem, but it is definitely muttering things of that sort of variety.
I'm like,
Three
Hello?
people made that reference, by the way. 3 people.
Yep.
Does it look like a gnome?
It does not look like a gnome.
Oh,
It
thank
has pointed ears, maybe akin to an elf.
So what?
hey Harvey, I think we may have found one of your long lost cousins.
Yeah, I hope not. That doesn't look healthy.
Well, that's why he's well, that's why I said long lost. And Ryu dropped the call.
Yep. So while you're all staring at it and talking to each other, it kind of looks up at you and hisses.
Oh, it's a hissing thing too.
Is that all it does?
That's all it does.
Charming is going to lower his blade and smile. Hello, how are you?
I was thinking he was going to wave or something, because that's what I would do.
Well, he has a sword in his hand. He can't really wave.
By the way,
Leo waves! There you go.
by the way,
I think
Alex
you're...
crashed.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charming, I think you're... Andy, you're echoing. Thank you. Well, Charming, I think your golden banana is a bit scaring him alive.
Charming is going to move his shield over his chest to block the radiant glowing banana.
The gray creature just kind of stares at you. Whatever it is, it's definitely protecting whatever's in its hands. And it definitely sees you as a threat, but it's not attacking you.
Are there any exits to this room? That he's in?
There is another door on the opposite side of the room. The room is another about 20 by 20-ish square room.
All right.
Well, I'm
Charming
letting
is
the
going
charismatic
to.
people handle this.
Charming's going to turn his attention to the small guy. He's like, pardon me. We need to get through that door. May we pass?
The creature turns to the other door, turns back towards you, looks down to its hands for a moment and mutters something, and then stares at you again without responding.
Rolling an
I
impulse
would-
die.
Oh.
Charming smiles and says, thank you, and begins walking around the room. Being sure to give a wide... He's actually going to, like, kind of go around the edge so that he's not walking near this thing.
Alrighty.
Following him.
Ooh. I was going to do Arcana check. Of course, not getting close to him or doing anything, just trying to sense magic.
No, Arcana is kind of like a magical intelligence check. So you wouldn't sense magic, you just use it to think about what kind of magical history you might know about something.
So you can't sense
If you want to
magic.
detect magic, you use the spell Detect Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. Dwyer's gonna do the same thing as Charming. Stay, a little bit, walk around the creature, but he's still gonna have his firebolt ready in case things lunges at somebody.
You
That's
could do a
already
nature
firebolt
check
actually
to kind
appearing,
of. You could try a nature check to kind of try to determine what the creature is, but
Yeah, you're right. Why the heck not? I might as well.
I mean that's about all you could do.
12 on the nature check from the half orc.
All right. You think you've seen something like this before in the Forgotten Realms? Based on your knowledge of elven type creatures, you think this creature, if it isn't a quickling, it definitely has some kind of relation to one.
Dwyer's like, look, I may not know a lot about stuff, but what's a quickling again? He's saying that to the party because he thinks it's a quickling, but he's not entirely sure. I'm not
Also,
entirely.
That's something that moves quick. He's actually not joking either. It think of it this way: if he wants to run, we're never catching it.
Well,
Sounds
I'm rolling on nature on that. If I know what a quickling is,
Alright,
that's a 15.
15? Quicklings are fast fey creatures, basically. They're known for basically being ridiculously fast. I mean, they're called quicklings for a reason. They are generally not too hostile. I mean, they're also usually in packs. They're not usually just one. So finding an individual quickling is kind of odd.
Okay, telling that to
Finding
the
a
party and
quickling here would be odd.
That too.
yeah, but telling that to the party. Anyways,
Okay, usually not hostile. I'm still having my spell at the rage just in case this thing goes psycho on us.
yeah, and
I'm
there's
doing
one,
the
there
same on
should be
my bow, and I'm
more.
like, I don't like this thing.
there might be more in here somewhere. Just keep your eyes open. And so we're moving carefully now.
Moving carefully. The quickling is eyeing you as you move. But since you seem to be making a great stride to not to be anywhere close to it, it hasn't reacted.
Is there any chance this thing understands basic?
Common?
Yeah.
Most creatures understand common. That's why it's called common.
Actually, it did understand Charming because he looked towards the door and then back up to his hand when Charming asked if we could pass.
Yeah. So most
I was just
creatures know
gonna-
common because it's common.
Charming.
Yeah, I was just gonna point out, we don't want what you have, we just want to go to the other room. We won't bother you, bye-bye!
I hope it doesn't misinterpret you.
M4 is a key. I'm like,
So you do basically make it to the other room with to the other side of the room with the quickling still kind of eyeing you.
And perception on the door.
Alright.
13.
You don't hear anything.
Seems clear.
No locks, no traps.
I don't
That
know
would be an
about that.
investigation, not a perception.
I don't know anything about traps.
Alright, I'll take this one then once I pull my thing back up. Give me just a second. I hate it when that happens. Of course it would do that.
I did the investigation. I rolled a 16.
Alright. There doesn't appear to be any locks or traps or anything like that.
Okay, okay, it's good. We can just open the door and leave the lone quickling to whatever it happens. Okay, you know I'm sorry. I am just too curious. I want to know what.
Don't do it.
I'm just gonna
Last
look.
thing you know, you pick that thing up and
Dwyer?
his buddies pop in out of nowhere.
Dwyer, we don't know how strong this guy is, so
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just going to look. I'm just gonna try and see. So yeah, I'm just going to do a perception check. Not get near it, but try and see what it's holding.
Alright.
18.
18, not bad. Looking really hard at it, and the quickling kind of notices that you're eyeing it really hard, and it eyes you back harder. Inside of the quickling's hands, you think you can see some kind of let's see how to describe it. I wish I could have found a picture for what I am talking about. In its hands, you notice that there seems to be some kind of a little yellow gem that it's holding.
Huh.
Just leave it.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
No, you don't.
No.
Even
You-
try it.
Hey, don't worry. I am not going to hurt it. Trust me.
No, you're not going to take it either.
I'm not gonna try and take it either. This thing can understand this, so maybe it'll. At that point,
It's not
Dwyer,
going to give it to you either.
let me finish. Dwyer's going to reach into his pack. He's gonna be like, hey, you, dude, you, like, he reaches into his pack and pulls out the bundled orb they got earlier. He's like, how about you give me what you have and I give you this, and that's when he unwraps the orb.
I know you were going to something like that.
If it refuses, then I wrap my orb back up and we leave.
But we might need it,
The quickling actually pulls the crystal away from you, snarling at you.
Okay. Dwyer wraps the orb back up. He's like, okay, let's go. No way in heck I'm going to try and fight that thing. That thing is quick like Bunny. Actually, it's quicker than Bunny. Let's go.
It's much quicker than a bunny. Something about 120 foot move speed per round. Here, Luna.
Yeah, Hey, at least I tried doing the diplomatic thing instead of just Hey, give me a little bit of credit for trying the diplomatic approach for once.
Yep.
Yep.
So, opening the door, I guess we are.
Alright.
Let's leave before that thing decides it wants the orb as well as the crystal.
Yes.
Alright. You open the door. And when the door opens, you are immediately assaulted by a massive red demonic creature.
I thought you said there was
Hello.
nothing on the other side of this wall.
That's not good. I didn't hear anything behind the door.
You did not hear anything behind the door. Nope.
Good thing I'm far away from you guys. So, have fun.
Bye.
No, I'm not leaving.
I was joking.
Yeah. Pretty much just for what you get. If I get hit at all, my glass foot breaks. I have it out.
Yep. Sorry, I thought I had a thing for this. I'm just gonna start using random tokens again because I have nothing and I can't be bothered to find a token specifically for this thing. I need to get rid of the Shadow Demon from the last time and add in the Red Demon, which has apparently also crit on his initiative. That's wonderful to see. So yeah, massive red demon thing. I accidentally added it to initiative twice. That's wonderful to see. Alright, so whoever opened the door, because it has the highest initiative,
It's screwed.
well, yeah, I mean that's who the creature is attacking. So let me just get its
I suppose it's Harvey then, because I said that we are opening the door. Unless Charming was specifically at the door.
No one asked Charming to open the door.
Okay, then it's Harvey.
Alright, then Harvey, you are getting, let's see, it looks like you are getting punched in the face
Oh dear.
with a crit miss.
Hooray!
Second attack is on the floor. Second swing of its fist. 18.
That will hit.
Okay. Then whopping 6 bludgeoning damage
Oh,
straight to the face.
I'm gonna
And
watch.
after attempting to give you a 1-2 punch, it is then going to attempt to bite you for a crit miss. I am not going to use this yellow die anymore. Dwyer!
Unfortunately, this thing is too. Unfortunately, this thing is a bit too It's we're kind of a confined space for a fireball to this thing's face. So I'm just gonna do my next best thing, which that happens to be my Ray of Frost. So 18 versus this thing's AC.
Yeah, that would be a hit.
Okay.
Shoot. I really need a better spot to put my book. The frickin' ceiling fan is glowing right into my book, and I can't read it.
It takes six cold damage, and I am going to move 10 feet sort of back away from the door, but also away from the quickling, because I don't want to agitate the stupid thing, because I think it doesn't like me.
Alrighty. I said 6 damage.
Yep, 6 cold damage and speed reduced by 10.
6 cold damage. Alrighty.
Wouldn't it be something if we get that monster to hit the quickling?
Why won't you want to harm the quickling?
No. So the quickling would attack it instead.
I get the feeling the moment the thing got close, the quickling was going to pick up and run out the other door we left standing wide open.
You mean run right into him, halt, because he's still standing at the door?
I don't think you'd have an issue of running him over.
With the speed, it will just go past.
Yeah,
I don't think Paul would have an issue of letting it run past him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
he just run right. He's short enough. He probably just run right past him to go. I don't care about the friends getting punched in the face.
Yep.
Well, it can't reach anything but the face.
Leon.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use, Sacred Flame on him.
Alright.
So, you must succeed at,
Dex saving throw.
Yep.
Almost rolled off yet again. 10.
That fails.
Yep.
Don't forget it got strong arrows level 5.
What?
Sacred Flame is 2d8 at level 5.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. It's a grease. Ow. Most cantrips get grease at level 5.
Okay. It is 13 damage, radiant.
Alright. Not that one.
Yep.
Harvey.
Well, Harry's going to punch it back. Of course.
It gives you a 1-2 punch. You go, alright, 1-2-3 punch. Makes sense to me.
That's a 14 versus AC.
14? No.
Okay, next highest is 19.
Yep.
That's a total of 20 damage.
20 damage.
Nice, I wrote the maximum damage on those.
Alrighty.
Bludgeoning.
20 bludgeoning damage.
20, yeah.
It feels that. It
Finally, they're working.
It snarls at you because that hurt.
Uh-huh.
You broke his nose.
Give it a good old-fashioned 1-2 punch in the stomach, and it snarls, and yeah, it's not happy. Anything else?
Nope, that was an action and bonus action.
Alrighty, Ryu.
Let's see what we got. Let's see, 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Alright, and since it's next to people, I say sneak attack?
Yeah. It's adjacent to people, so.
Alright, let's see. Okay. It's 22.
Oh. I just noticed.
24.
24. Big damage.
I just realized something. Their proficiency went up.
Yeah, by the way, proficiency went up too. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna stay put and ready another arrow. I'm just gonna keep shooting this thing.
Alright, Charming.
When does Jennifer go?
Right after you, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to hold my action until after her. That way she can grant me whatever bonuses need be.
Alright. Just want to make that like a permanent thing so she can always give you.
Yeah.
Alright. I will switch you and her in the initiative list. Set your initiative to that. Actually, that would technically put you. Alright. In that case, let me switch over to Jennifer. Jennifer is going to see Great Big Nasty Demon Thing. Grant you standard Great Big Nasty Demon Thing bonus. And then she's going to try a Firebolt at it with a crit. That's going to happen. Firebolt at level 2 is what, 2d8?
Firebolt is D10. At level 5, it's 2d10. A crit would be 4d10.
Yeah, Firebolt. I don't have any of that stuff written down. 4d10, I have the feeling that this thing is dead. Well, 2d10 was enough to take it out because I rolled 8. Then another 10 more extra damage. Oh wait, hang on. Except that it has resistance to fire, but I don't think that the resistance to fire is going to matter. Oh, just barely doesn't matter. Literally, with the resistance to fire, she dealt exactly the 8 damage that it had left. So, yeah. Firebolt to the face. The creature goes down. And Jennifer just kind of stares going, wow. Didn't expect that to happen.
I'm kind of sad because I rolled my attack ahead of time because I was doing something. I rolled another crit.
That sucks.
He didn't even get to use it.
I rolled an attack ahead of time because I was, like I said, it's like, oh, okay, I'll just attack it, and then whenever my turn hits, I'll say I have a crit. Oh,
Yep.
curious how much damage would have done with that crit actually.
Rubbing my head.
22.
22. Ouch.
Yeah, he was pretty dead when my turn came up. So
Yeah, and Charming would have had a bonus to damage. He would have had 2 attacks. There's no way he would have swept.
Yeah,
Anyway.
definitely. Alright.
That thing could punch.
Hmm?
That thing could punch.
That thing could punch.
Rubbing my head here.
it's like most things can punch. I think.
Alright. Hallway, about 50 foot long, leads to a doorway.
Another door. Perception. 22.
And
22.
12 investigation on my part to see if it's locked and or trapped, and to see which way it swings open.
Alright. Sorry, I'm looking up something real fast.
Okay.
I confused myself with something here.
Be right back.
Sorry, what did you say? I heard the 22 perception. What was the investigation? What number was that?
12.
12? Where is... on the other side of the door, you can hear, what is it? You can hear the sounds of, well, I'm trying to think of how to say it. On the other side of the door, you hear odd sounds that you're really not sure what are. They're definitely not something natural sounding.
What's the closest you could equate him to? Is it bubbling, screeching, like a high-pitched yammering? Is it bestial, or is it more like technological, like a beeping or a whirring?
I'd probably have to say like a whirring.
Well, he does his best to describe it. I mean, I do.
Sounds
There's
kind of like
something there.
machinery. Well, you just described sounds
Thing
like
is-
machinery.
our characters wouldn't know what machinery is.
Yeah.
Unless they were a gnome, maybe.
No, Harvey is a gnome, but he's a sailor, so forest gnome. Don't count.
Eh. Okay, so what do we do? Anybody think it's a trap?
I'm not opening any more doors.
For the investigation check, you don't see any traps or any locks on the door. And the door swings inward. Basically, you can push the door.
Well, charming if you're up for it.
Alright, Charming is going to move up to the door, and... Is anyone going to ready stuff?
I'll ready a bow. An arrow.
Yeah, just ready up the attacks again. Here we go. Round 3 or 4. What is this? I can't keep track more.
Ray of Frost ready?
It's technically round 1 if combat begins, because it doesn't... The round counter resets every time combat ends.
It was part of a joke, but okay.
Yeah.
Dodge again. I have nothing else to do.
Jennifer's got her whatever the best ability is. Ability readied.
Might as well just cast the
did I miss
movement up.
anything?
You're up to a doorway, and there is some kind of whirring noise behind the doorway.
Be ready for a black attack.
Okay, a whirring voice?
Whirring noise. Almost like machinery, except that none of your
Oh,
characters
whirring.
know. Yeah. None of your characters know what machinery is, so you don't actually know anything about it.
Ready a sacred flame.
Alright.
Does Jennifer know, by the way?
You could ask her.
Well, I did describe
I mean-
it to everyone in the party.
Yeah, this is true. Jennifer will make a intelligence check on that. You mentioned that there's a whirring noise on the other side, and she thinks. She mentions that she knows of no creatures of this world that make whirring noises. Beyond that, unfortunately, she has only ever been to this world once, and only for a brief period in which she says she has not ever encountered anything that has made a noise like that before.
Well, we proceed as planned. I guess.
Alright. Pushing
Alright, once
the door.
everyone's ready, Charming is going to open the door.
Right. Pushing the door open. You are met by... Well, you're not sure what you're seeing, really. The entire room, which is a massive 20-foot wide by 30-foot long room, is full of all kinds of things, very advanced technology. Speaking for your characters, you have no idea what you're looking at.
Jennifer, any idea?
Jennifer takes a look and stares bewildered. She says, I've only seen technology like this in a few worlds. Ever this world.
Can I break it?
Needless to say, this stuff is really out of place.
So it's some kind of advanced magic?
You could call it that, I suppose. I mean, it's...
Is it possible that this belongs in another world but was taken to here? Well, brought here?
It's kind of big.
She thinks for a moment and says, I don't think so. She's going to touch her hand to the necklace around her neck. You see, she kind of focuses on the necklace for a few moments, and after a moment, looks to the party and she says, how to word it? She looks at the party and says, according to the changing stone, this is the product of a device known as the time gates.
Oh, future stuff. Oh, past? There are some incidents and I don't know.
I reiterate, should I break it?
I would not recommend breaking it, no.
I never get to breaking it. Oh well. If I ask instead of blowing up, might as well see. Well, since there's nobody in here, we might as well, I don't know, investigate and try and figure out what the heck this thing does.
What was that you say? Since no one's here, let's go ahead and break it. Damn.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna break it until we find out. Unless we find out this thing is bad, then I'm gonna break it.
Well, I wrote a 17 to investigate if it has any switches or anything that might activate it. I'll look familiar enough to, like, our magical stuff too.
Right. You look around, you're really confused by all the lights and switches. And, yeah, you can't even begin to make heads or tails of what anything is. That is, of course, until Jennifer just kind of walks over and pushes a button. In the middle of the room, a massive circle of energy appears, and she points towards it and says, this is a time gate. Based on what I'm seeing around here and based on what I can guess, I can only assume that this gate will lead somewhere into the future. I don't even know how far.
Wait a second. The guy we went to look for him down here has vanished. Maybe he went through the gate.
It's possible.
Are there any exits to this room?
There are no exits to this room.
Okay.
So we've literally explored everywhere.
Through the gate.
Last one through the gate has to clean up after the quickling.
Ew.
I'll be nice. Quickling wasn't making a mess.
It's
Oh,
just
they were
snarling
delicious.
over a little yellow crystal thing. That's
Well
all it's
then.
doing.
Should we go through this light and see what happens? Our quarry may be there.
Lead on, Charming.
Very well. Sword and shield, and stepping into the light.
Following.
Follows Charming. I just
Yeah.
do something funny just for the heck of it. I crawl up on the back of Charming's plate armor and hides on the back of the armor.
Alright.
Gecko.
Before
Yeah, pretty much.
before Charming steps through, Jennifer is going to mutter a quick incantation, which is going to cause essentially your obsidian rapier has now become some sort of an automatic rifle with a knife in the front of it, basically.
You do realize Charming is still gonna bash people with this, right?
Yeah, there's no point giving him a gun.
This is true. This is true.
He might
Oh,
shoot his
I-
own foot.
I don't think you give any of us a gun and know what the hell it is.
This is true, actually.
Give me and hold a couple of advanced crossbows. We'll know what to do with that.
Right.
Well, I mean, a crossbow basically has a trigger, so if you could give anyone with a training in crossbows, say, here's... Well, it's not a crossbow, but it works like one. They're like, okay, bang. Holy crap, this is better than a crossbow. Thank you, I'll keep this.
Right.
But for someone like Charming, I mean, he knows how to fire a crossbow. He has one. Just, he's an idiot.
Right.
You'll have to demonstrate the technology before he understands how to use it.
Again, he might shoot his foot.
I can just see it now. Shoots foot, crit hit, dies.
Yeah, in that case, I will have her, instead of doing that with Charming, since she sees Ryu and
Basically stuck to his back.
Halt using ranged weapons the most, she's basically going to do exactly what I said, but she's going to do that for the two of them. She's going to mention that it's a very powerful crossbow and to be very careful with it.
You see that trigger there? You pull it
Right,
to shoot.
pretty much. She's going to quick mention essentially how it works. I should note that such a weapon is a 2d8 piercing. It's also a burst fire, whatever that means.
Burst fire, usually around
Oh,
3
here it
round
is.
burst per trigger pull.
A weapon that has the burst fire property can make a normal single target attack, or it can spray a 10-foot cube area with normal range with shots. Each creature in the area must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or take the weapon's normal damage. The action uses 10 pieces of ammunition to do that. It's also a reload.
Oh, we have to reload these things? Ooh, this could be...
Yeah, it looks like it's it's reload every 30 ammo. So,
yeah, you go ahead and show him how to do that, because hopefully, like, I'm out of ammo. What do?
Is anyone going to
Yeah.
tell Charming to wait while Jennifer does this? 'Cause he's still going.
Jennifer would have called out, wait, just a
Oh,
second.
okay.
So,
Giving guns to people who don't know how to use them.
yeah,
Guns to people who don't know
Yeah.
what the crap they are.
right.
It's like trying to give a child an atomic flamethrower and say, don't burn the house down.
Right.
Oh God.
Wow, a chainsaw. That would
No.
probably
Give him a
actually be a
lightsaber.
generally good idea, actually.
Give Charming a lightsaber.
So having a
Not sure if we're at
lightsaber.
that level of technology, especially because we're using, powder and munition.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So, Dwyer's like, Jennifer, exactly how far into the future do you think this thing's gonna take us?
Hopefully not so far into the future that these new weapons are rendered useless.
Yeah. I can still use my magic, right?
I hope so.
Just imagine we go into the future and the future has no magic.
God damn it!
No,
Get out
it-
of here, you
The time period wouldn't matter so much. Magic is granted by the goddess Mystra, and it would depend on the world, the universe
we
that
go-
we're in.
Go to the
Yep.
war that Warforged went to.
Right.
I'm just saying that if they also have a level of technology that can negate magic, then I'm kind of screwed. But yeah, into the time gate.
Into the time gate. Yeah, by the way, Jennifer, now having shown Ryu and Halt essentially the basics of how to use automatic rifles and how to reload them, turns to back to Charming and says, "Okay, we're ready. I hope."
Very well. And Charming is going to move on in.
All right.
I'm still stuck to his back with the rifle across my back, and I'm like, anything moves. Anything moves. I've got a tank arm in front, I'm just gonna fire.
You
I hope the armor actually helps in here.
You step into the time gate. You can feel yourself moving at a very rapid pace through time.
Dude,
Just a quick question. Before we moved through the time gate and you were explaining these things as Jennifer, did that count as a short rest?
Probably not. It probably only would have taken a couple of minutes.
Okay, yeah. Then never mind.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
queuing up back in time right over here. So
it was like, what was that thing on wheels we just saw fly past us?
You
Back to the future team.
Yeah, pretty much.
right.
It's kind of the reference I was going with. What was that thing that just went by on wheels?
So you feel yourself traveling through time very quickly. And then you find yourself deposited on the other side of the time gate. As you step out of the time gate, you notice that you are still in the same area as you had initially been. But things have changed a bit in here. There's now a massive electronic gateway off to the east. Beyond that, the entire place is whirring and beeping, and it is quite different than what you would expect. It would be at this point that your characters are going to become befuddled, and everybody needs to make a low DC sanity saving throw, looking at all of the crazy who knows what around you.
How do I do this sanity saving throw?
You take just the same as a regular roll. It's just you take the sanity score that I told
Wait.
everybody out about.
I got a 15 on my base sanity, so do I just roll for that or what?
Wait, I didn't get charged for my character on sanity.
You didn't.
I got a 16.
You didn't
16
see
here,
the message I sent out about sanity.
No, I must have accidentally missed it. Sorry.
Okay, because that was.
Well, you can just assume it's 12, or you can roll.
Yeah,
either way.
it's basically I was giving everybody 4 points to any ability score they want, including their sanity, which would have been starting at 8, or you could roll for your sanity score. I think everybody rolled.
So 8 plus 4?
Yeah,
is-
8 plus 4, putting you at a max of 12 if you wanted to point by it. or you could roll the standard 40. What is it? 46. Take
Well,
away
I'll
the
go
lowest.
ahead and do the 46.
I ended up with 15 on that kind of roll, so is that just what we stick with, or do we roll again?
Wow, I got 16.
Dude, you do a D20 plus for you it would be +2 because your sanity stat is 15, so it's like you have a +2 to your sanity roll.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's basically a standard check. It's just using a different score than normal.
By the way,
So that's what that means. Okay, I get it now. They click finally.
Is there, do you get a modifier to sanity? Like,
Yeah, what you 16 is your modifier. Your 16
It's
is
like
your
you have a 7th ability score.
yeah.
Right.
it's-
Strength,
yeah, that's what
Dex,
I'm
Con,
guessing.
Int, Wiz, Sanity.
yeah, that's what I
Yep.
was guessing.
Yeah, after finally saying it, it clicked in my head. I got
Yeah.
17.
It's
It follows the same rules.
Okay.
Sanity is just a 7th ability score.
Glad we got this clarified during the podcast, so we don't confuse the people listening either.
Yeah.
Now they
that's
know
true.
what we're talking about too.
Yep.
I got a 15 in terms of the sanity
Oh,
check.
darn
Let's
it.
go on.
10.
Um,
I got a 10 in the roll.
I
Alright.
got 18.
7.
So here, 10, 18, 7,
17.
17.
Yeah, I got 17. I'm good.
Okay.
Wait,
Most
do
random
we
say
get
it.
proficiency in this, or no?
No, I don't think
Okay.
any of your character. I mean, I suppose you could have proficiency in it, but you would have to take away proficiency from something else you have.
Okay. I was just wondering.
So, yeah. So I heard 10, 18, and 17. What else was there?
15 from the half orc.
15
I think I and Charming both got 60.
and 16 and 16.
I think Hall should have proficiency because he had to live with Skeleto. Anyway,
I think Charming should have proficiency because he's charming.
Right.
anyway.
Oh, that's right. Charming said he automatically basically just fails.
Well, no, he
Well,
doesn't care. I mean,
yeah.
he looks at things and he doesn't understand them in the first place. So how could he go insane through trying to understand something? He doesn't even try.
Right.
That's literally
He's
been
an
his character
autopath.
since day one. He doesn't try to understand things. He makes an impulse die.
Right.
Oh, look, it's weird. Same with everything else.
Alright. It is definitely crazy, and you have no idea what the heck you're looking at and can't even begin to comprehend it. But luckily, each of you manages to kind of keep your cool under this strange, who knows what it is that you're standing in right now.
Even with a 10?
Hmm?
Even
Yeah,
with a
I
10,
mean-
okay.
Yeah, it was a low DC. That's why
Okay.
I specifically made a point to say a low DC. So,
I still want to blow all this crap up.
No.
Looking at Jennifer, how she's taking it.
so Jennifer finally makes it through the time gate and everything. So she kind of looks around for a moment, and then she kind of gives a sigh and says, well, this is going to be much different than I had initially thought.
Aren't we going to go to the past?
Future. I think she said future.
Yeah.
No, I mean like
future.
finally at the end.
Oh, yeah, we're time travelers.
Wait a second. If this is the world that we're on because we just moved through time, not space, then technically we know we already win because this planet isn't engulfed, because this world isn't engulfed by the darkness. So that means no matter what we do, so that means we are which means we're bound to win because if we didn't win, this place would be engulfed by the darkness, but so that there would be crap.
Yeah, it's like
Make a sanity check.
Yeah, make a science check.
The only thing I have to say is wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty much it. Like, don't. I'm not gonna try to think about it.
Yeah.
He's like, think about it too much or create a paradox in your own mind, and then poof, you're gone.
Right?
After Dwyer says that, Leon's going to look at him in confusion. What?
I'm sorry. Just I want to understand things, and the fact that this place is still here. You know what? I'm gonna drop it before something breaks in my head. I accidentally start turning into charming. So, which way do we go?
Jennifer would say the only way that there's a pathway down there in the east.
So we're pretty much backtracking.
Perception.
Yeah, we're pretty much backtracking.
Get
No,
that question.
you guys came from the path in the north. Now there's a path to the east and no path to the north.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Leon asks what stuff is this that needs to be in a
A catacomb?
yeah. He doesn't understand any of this stuff. It's like, what's this doing here? It's like, does it protect? Yeah.
Charming is gonna walk up to Levon. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Slap him on the back
Ow.
and heads out the door.
Perception on the door is 17.
Well, it's an archway, it's not a doorway.
Oh, okay. I'll look into it. Through it.
Through the archway, you can see a small little 5-foot wide hallway. It's about, I'd say, 20 feet long, and then there's another archway directly across from the hallway you're looking, or the archway you're looking through. It seems to lead into another room. Looking down the south hallway, there is another archway that seems to lead into another room there as well.
Is the place lit?
Hmm?
Is there lights? Anything?
Yeah, the machinery has everything just lit up.
Machinery lights the place.
Yeah, there's lights and things all over the place from the
I was just
machinery.
thinking if there's some lights like set in the ceiling or something.
Yeah, the area that you're in is lit up. So
I wonder how those work. Well, charming. And his light golden banana lead on. Still lit up.
Follow my golden banana.
Oh my god.
Charming is gonna head down the hall, sword and shield at the ready.
I'm still
Alrighty.
attached to Charming's back, and I'm like, this ought to get interesting. He's
Following.
like, there's a dragon on his back, the gun right over past his head, and he's like aiming around like a gun turn on a tank.
Alright. You make your way towards the archway to the south of the hallway. When you look in, you discover a large copper metal something statue of some kind that seems to be moving. It kind of looks at you and says, "Exterminate."
Oh Lord!
What does exterminate mean? I don't know if.
Kill us.
I was afraid of that.
It means he wants to kill us.
Intruders, exterminate.
I immediately open fires. Like I'm not worried. I'm not waiting on this. I start immediately shooting for whatever I can find that's lit up. And I'm like,
Well,
something's got to be a weak
depends
point on
on
this
the
thing.
initiative.
Yeah, you would have to move in initiative order here because when it called out exterminate, that would be basically it.
Combat.
Yeah, combat starting. So let me
Post-early effects and
add Monsieur Dalek to the initiative here. In which case he has a 10.
Okay, before I go get my food, is my machine gun a class machine gun? Or
What?
is my machine gun a class machine gun?
No.
Damn. Okay, no +3. That would be kind of bad too. It's like, oh shit, it broke.
Yep. Alright, so Dwyer.
Yeah, I am not. You know what? I'm not gonna risk getting. You know what? I'm gonna bust out a big spell on this thing because I have no idea what it is. So I'm shatter. It has to be a Constitution DC of 14. Otherwise, it's going to take 2D. It's gonna take some lightning damage then.
Constitution of 13.
14.
14. Doesn't
Lightning
matter.
damage.
Either way, it would have failed. That I can guarantee you because I rolled a 5.
Mo-
What
Okay.
happens if it recharges?
Sorry, not lightning damage, thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
And if it was made of crystal or metal or something, then it would have disadvantage. So
It is
Well, I
made of
mean, it
metal.
is made of metal, so
Yeah.
it would have disadvantage. But I mean, it rolled a 5, so it's already pretty much screwed.
it takes 12. It takes 12 thunder damage. So yeah.
12 thunder damage. Do. Let's see. It has that much normally, and just took 12. Alright.
And I'm gonna back away from the thing. So next.
Leon.
Yeah. Let's see, I would use my fireball, but it's too big in the area we are in.
Yeah, the room that you're looking into is only about 30 by 30.
Yeah.
as it's just one opponent anyways.
Yep.
So I'm going to true. I kind of want to use burning hands because fire. So I'm going to go ahead get in a position where I won't hit anyone if that I can do. Could I do that?
To use burning hands.
Yeah.
Well, it's standing in the middle of the room, so you'd have to step into the room. Excuse me, it's not. Yeah, it is 30 by 30. So you could step into the room and you wouldn't hit anybody.
All right.
You just kind of
I'll
have
do
to
that.
stand off to the corner to avoid being too close to it.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex. 18.
Oh yeah, it saves. Darn it.
That's impressive how a Dalek can dodge.
Surprisingly.
Room sealed.
3
Shield
damage.
includes a dodge.
3 damage.
Yeah. It was 6, and since you say it's only 3.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Right.
Fire damage.
Alrighty.
That was an action, so I'll use the rest of my movement to move back.
Alrighty. Oh, I forgot about that. You blast it with fire, and it seems to absorb the flames. That's kind of a thing that I forgot that it had.
That's not good.
It seems kind of revitalized by absorbing the
Good thing
flames.
is... why did it dodge then?
It had to make a saving throw.
Yeah.
And
didn't
you
really have
didn't know
a
what was
choice.
coming anyways.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, don't use fire.
Alright. So that said, Harvey.
Well, Harvey's going to do the attack thing, like the 2 punches at first.
And the triple punch.
Well, 2 punches at first
punch.
is the action. And those are 10 versus AC.
Those are only 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Sorry, but no.
Just remember that Daleks have something that you can touch them or you fall down, but I can't remember how that works. But anyways, third
Yeah.
punch.
It's not really a Dalek, it's just that's the token I'm using is a Dalek token. So.
Okay, yeah. 17.
17?
Yeah.
Are we
that
using map
will
tools?
hit. I'm using map tools. I don't have a server up, but I'm using map tools for like initiative and stuff.
Okay. Because you said using their like tokens, like, what token?
Yeah. I have map tools up because that's what I use for keeping track of initiative and such.
Okay.
So,
Well, 17 versus AC and 9 damage. Bludgeoning.
9 bludgeoning damage. Alrighty.
And that was the bonus.
Sorry. I just confused myself. You said 9 bludgeoning damage?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I just like... I looked at its health and then just could not think. Alright. Ryu.
Alright, let's see what I get. Since it's adjacent, I'm gonna go ahead for sneak attack while I'm on top of that.
I don't... Oh yeah, never mind. The Harvey walked up to it. Ooh, I'm smart.
Yep,
It's like... I was like, I don't think anything's adjacent to it yet. It's Harvey. Never mind.
Well, what do you know? I actually expected less than that, but I got a 22. Crit.
Nice.
And
So...
since it's the new weapon you gave us, that was a 2d8, you said?
Yeah, 2d8 piercing damage plus your sneak attack, and then all of that is doubled plus
That's
your modifier.
10, isn't it?
Hmm?
No, that's 3d6, making it 6d6 and
Yeah,
4...
4d8 plus 66 plus your modifier.
Good lord. Alright, d8's up first. I'm gonna have to type these down to make sure I keep all these in order. I need to get my calculator at this rate. Working on it.
Must work faster.
Okay. All the numbers are up. Give me a second.
Just gotta add it.
Yeah, this ought to be fun.
This is the point where having map tools is really nice because you can just type it all in and it does all the math.
Yeah.
Or just be good at math.
Or just be good at math. I'm terrible at math, so, you know.
Okay, if my math is not off here, I think it says 66.
But I'll type out what you rolled and I'll double check to be sure. But that sounds about right. I got 45.
Did I do that wrong?
Yeah, I get 45.
7 plus 5.
I got 45 too.
Yeah, it's 45.
I probably screwed something up there in the threes.
Probably.
Either way, that's still freaking crap damage, man.
Yep. Is that with your modifier?
Oh, I still needed to add that. That'd be 47 then.
47 damage. You take your weapon and just kind of splatter damage.
Aim right for the eye
over him.
stalk.
Flashing thing.
The robot is not happy about that at all. Just saying.
I hope it gets to my turn, by the way. I rolled my attack ahead of time. Yeah. It's gonna hurt.
Did you crit too?
Yes.
It's like that.
With sharpshooter, by the way. So I have a guaranteed 12 damage already.
Nice. So Jennifer is going. Seeing this robot, she's going to be like, nope. Not using magic on such a thing. And let's see. She is going to go ahead. Comes the question. I guess she'll use Donkey Kong's coconut gun, even though it's probably not gonna hit. Nope. Well, no, 15? That does hit. Does actually hit. Not that it's gonna do much, but whopping 5 damage. Yeah, Jennifer feels highly insignificant. As for her bonus to her knight, question becomes, what can she do that would benefit against fighting a robot? Not much, to be honest.
Higher attack, higher damage.
Yeah, she could do the Blessing of Might. She could do that. The +1 to your strength. Or
Alright.
+2 to your strength or whatever. So, she'll do that. And Charming.
Alright. Charming is going to run up to it. And main attack. Let's see. I don't think that's going to hit, but let me do the math. 14?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Wow. So that's going to be 12 piercing damage.
Alrighty.
And rapier goes up. So next attack, extra attack. Yay. That's 20 something to hit. Alright. See. Because I've got a bunch of things to worry about now. +1 to strength, so that's 4. Plus magic is 5, 6. So that's 12 piercing damage. And rapier gets up to maximum. And that's it. I'm done.
Sorry, I'm typing something to somebody. You said 12, or was it 14? What was the damage
12 for the second one. I think the first one was 12 as well.
again? Yeah,
or
the first
around
one.
there.
The first one was 12. I already did the math on that one.
Okay, the
said
second one was 12.
Second one was 12. Okay. All right, 12 and 12. 2 for 2. Robots. As I stated, it's not a Dalek. It is actually more of a bipedal robot. I say that because I want to make sense out of what it's going to do, which is it's going to swing its massive fists at both Harvey and Charming, since they're both standing right there. Against Charming, it's a crit. Against Harvey, it is a 20-something.
Too late anyways. If it's 10. Oh, well,
22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, against Charming, with a crit of 4d10, that is 8, 9, 19, 21, plus 5, 26 bludgeoning damage.
I'm going to parry to reduce that by 1. So 26 minus 1 minus 3 from my thing, so that's minus 4 total, 22 damage.
22 damage. Alright. And it was against Harvey. No, I lost my die again.
Why do I always get hit by higher rolls?
Against Harvey, it is 8 plus 5, 13.
Okay.
13 bludgeoning damage against Harvey.
Not even bloodied yet.
And
1 HP away.
yep, that is that. It is Halt's turn.
Nom nom nom. That's why I wrote it here, Tom. Okay. Okay, so I'll play what I rolled. First attack was a 6.
Alrighty,
Yes.
6 to hit.
Yeah, and then extra attack, a crit. So the 2d8 plus 2d8 plus 10 plus 2. Damn! 37 damage.
37 damage, nice. Yeah. You grab your automatic rifle, you launch it at the massive robot, and shoot it right in the head. Its head explodes. Excuse me, I have to say that right. Its head explode. Reference. And it collapses to the ground.
Second time I blew someone's head off.
Charming, now would be a good time to drink all those potions.
What do you mean?
You took a lot of damage?
'Tis but a scratch.
The 22 damage, that's probably like only a quarter of his health.
It's actually almost half.
Almost half.
And it's charming. Hey, what are you gonna do?
Alright, Harvey is going to take
Leon's
these.
sweatshops.
Let's see. How many potions would I have? Like, wait. Dwyer made 2, and I both maybe 3, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know how many everybody bought or anything.
Well, I was assuming I would have 5 total.
Yeah. I was thinking of something like Dwyer made 1 and then everybody bought 4 or something.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Going to heal a bit. First one is 6 HP. No, I need second one. 9, that's total of 15. I'm back to
spending my
36
second
HP.
wind.
Oh, I'm free.
Jennifer looks concerned over this robot being here. Not only the robot, but the whole time gate thing.
Again, why is there a guard here in the catacombs?
Wait a second, was that even alive? Was that thing alive or not? Harvey's poking at it.
Well, Jennifer would first turn to Leon and, ow, cat.
What?
My cat just jumped in front of my face and caught my microphone and everything, and yanked my freaking microphone off of my head for a second. So Leon is asking why.
Is there a guard here in the catacombs?
Why is there a guard? Because this is.
I would understand if there was a guard outside of the catacombs, but not in it.
Charming turns to Leon. Because he's guarding it. Obviously.
So I
Come on
dropped.
now.
I can figure there's a guard because of the thing we just popped through. I don't think you want everybody and anybody knowing that's down here, right?
Meanwhile, Harvey's taking out the redstone dust torch and poking with that.
Jennifer would say that whatever evil creature is using the time gates has likely made its base here in these catacombs.
Well,
Likely-
that was explain it.
Likely, you may not even be in the catacombs themselves anymore, as the catacombs ended at the time gate. At this point, who knows where you are or where you're going.
Scary.
Oh, fun. Anybody else gonna lose their heads when we walk outside?
Trying to see
way
inside
to
the head
find
hole
out.
of the robot thing with the redstone torch thing, whatever.
Jennifer will turn to Harvey and say, I think it's pretty much unoperational now.
But what is it?
It's a robot. It's
That doesn't say anything.
What's a
yeah,
robot?
it's a metal creature.
Oh, like a construct.
Yeah.
What do they call them? They made them back in the days.
Warforged.
Yeah,
Ma-
those guys.
Magical constructs that were magical constructs similar to this thing. Wait, you're saying that this thing's a warforged? Looks like no warforged I've ever seen in books.
It's definitely not a warforged. It's definitely some kind of super advanced technological creature.
So it's just advanced warforged, like magic thing.
You could say something like that.
You know what? Leon is going to do our Arcana check on the thing that they just beat. This is just for fun, C's.
You know what? Dwyer's actually going to start rooting around in the things.
16!
Chassis to see if there's anything, lootable in there, because, hey, corpse.
Would Leon know anything magical about the thing they just beat?
As far as you're concerned, this creature is 100% magic, because you can't figure out how this thing works. This don't make no sense. It's gotta be pure magic.
Well, pulling out anything I can get crap on the neck hole.
As for searching over the robot's corpse, if you will, it has no place to store coin or anything.
Yeah, but the head was blown off, so I guess there's a hole in the top.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You gotta think about this from the perspective of our time, basically. If we're searching through a robot and we see gold, probably gonna take it. We're going to assume that it's gold. This robot is probably made out of metals that we've never even conceived of, which would be literally invaluable back in our time.
This is true.
If you were to go back to the Middle Ages and give them aluminum, you would change the way people think.
Right.
And I'm going to do an athletics check if I can pull it open.
Alright.
21.
He's like, it has paper on it. What the fuck's this thing? Why does it have a 1 on it?
Alright, you managed to rip it apart.
Handing it over to Dwyer.
Aha! I have. He's like, thank you. He's like, a piece of a futuristic warforge. Nice. And before you say anything, Jennifer, yes, I know it's called something else, but I'm calling it that because that's the only way I'm gonna be able to explain it back home.
Let's move on. That was fun.
Alrighty. Now in this room you can see a path off towards the east. It's an archway that then leads to another archway that leads into another good-sized room. Roughly, another 30 by 30 room.
I thought you were going to say archway.
I mean,
For the third time.
it's an archway that leads to another archway that...
Yeah, I know, but I thought you were going to say archway on the third part.
Well, I mean, it's an archway that leads to an archway that opens up into a room, and on the other side of the room you can see another archway that leads to another archway, which looks as if it leads to another room, and it seems to continue on for as far as you can see.
I'm just glad we're not facing self-opening doors.
So it is a bunch of archways as opposed to doors. Archway after archway. There's
Charming
several
is going
rooms
to
in between.
head down the hall.
And we're following.
Yeah,
Yep.
very follow.
Alright. You take a few steps down the hall and into another room. Inside of this room is a whole bunch of super advanced technology. There are actually several brains floating in jars in this room.
What the? Are those brains? Why are they keeping brains? I don't understand why they're keeping brains here. I mean, if it was a hand, maybe an eyeball, but brains? What are they going to get from a brain? It's squishy.
Maybe they're necromancers.
Sounds
They're
like a
real
warlock
weird
scene.
circumstances at that. keeps brains around unless they're here to feed zombies. But considering how advanced things are, and they have those robot things, they don't seem to need zombies.
Plot twist: those brains are our brains.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna check the brain cases to see if if they actually have label or that sort of thing, because who knows, they might actually label their brains.
Alright. You walk over to one of the brain cases.
18 on that investigation check, by the way.
18 on the investigation check. As you are examining the brain case, 4 arms pop out of the brain and attach to your head. It gets surprise because it rolled a 19 plus dex, which is 21. That's its stealth check. Actually, no, that would be 20... Excuse me, it gets a plus 4 to its stealth, so that's more than that. Anyway, whatever the case, you need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Ah, crap. 4.
Crap. Alrighty. You are going to take... If I cannot drop all of my dice. 1 second while I go retrieve my dice from within the abyss that is the space between the freaking end table here and the couch. And okay, I think it rolled under the end table because I do not see the dice and thus cannot retrieve it. I can feel the dice underneath the end table. Okay. I'm not retrieving that D10. That puts me
You
2
should
D10s
get a
down.
bowl next time.
Yeah, I should just be using my dice bowl here. It has a cover and I should just be using that, but I just never do.
And then Cat jumps onto the bowl, spilling all the dice.
And I just unrolled my roll, so I have no idea what I rolled. It is 13. You take 13 psychic damage.
Ow, ow! Brains are not friendly! Brains are not friendly!
Not only that, but I have to roll something else. Oh dear, 9, 10, 11. What is your intelligence score?
Right now it is 14.
14. Okay, then you're fine.
Okay.
Good, because that would have been very, very bad for you if it
Oh,
had
wait,
not
would
been
he be
14.
possessed?
Let's see. Roll 3d6 on a...
No. We'll find out. Save it for a surprise.
Alright, yeah, we'll save it for now. Yeah. That said, yeah. Let me, roll some initiative for these things. Wow. Way to go. It gets a surprise attack, and then it rolls the absolute minimum possible on initiative. Great job. Great job. Okay, so, seeing this, Dwyer, you are standing right there, and it is your initiative first.
Is it still latched onto me?
It is still latched onto you, yes.
You know what? Frack it! How many of these things are there? And how many of these things are there?
There's just two of them. I mean, there's only one that's latched onto you, but there's two brains. Whether the other one is the same thing as this, you have no idea.
Not gonna risk it. How far apart are these things from each other?
5 feet-ish.
I'm burning one of my level 3 spell slots for shatter on these two things. Considering and pretty much putting it so that it catches both of them, but not myself.
That would be pretty hard because it's latched onto your face and it's teeny tiny.
Yeah, so you had to hit yourself as well.
Yeah. It's latched onto your face. You would have to hit yourself with it.
It's a face hugger.
Oh, you know, like I said, screw it. I've blown myself up before. I can do it again. So yeah, make the Constitution saving throw, and I have to do the same thing, and they have to beat a 14.
19 and 18.
Well, crap. Let me do it for myself. And hey, I saved against myself, but still, this is still going to be 4d8 white thunder damage that all three of us are going to be taking, and half that, so 6 thunder damage to all three of us.
6 thunder damage. Not too bad.
And then Dwyer's going to yell, "Someone get this thing off my freaking face!"
And then Charmy's going to yell, "I'll be right there!"
Oh dear Lord, I'm going to get sick by Charmy. I'm done.
So, he said 6. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, 6 thunder damage. I am down to 23. I am down to 23 health.
Alrighty. Leon.
Wait, what? Your health is only 23 now?
Yeah, I'm taking a total of 19 damage.
Okay, Leon's going to go up to, Dwyer and use, Cure Wounds. I'm going to make that into a second level spell. So, let's see. 6, I think. Yep, okay. Ah, rolled low. You recover 9 HP.
Hey, I just recovered from my own blasting myself. Blasting you.
No. I basically rolled a 3 on a 2d8.
That's right, but still, thank you.
You're welcome. And that's action, so I'm going in my turn.
Alright, Harvey.
Harry's going to run up to Dwyer and hold still. I'm going to punch it. 10 versus AC.
10 versus AC?
Yeah.
Nope.
Second versus 23.
That's a hit.
Okay, 5 damage, no more.
5 damage. Alright.
Staying there.
It will take 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a roll to just see if it holds on, and it crit on holding on. So.
Oh, of course.
That said, anything else?
Nope, that was the bonus action as well.
Alright. Ryu is away, so Jennifer will come in, and Jennifer is going to not want any of those things to even come close to her. In fact, she wants to get rid of them, plain and simple. She's going to hit both of them each with a magic missile. That is a 3 and a 4. And to decide which creature gets the second dart. 4 and a 5. Not the second dart, but the third dart. An extra 4. Alright. Some magic missiles go off. She is going to... I guess she'll grant might to Charming again. And then it will be Charming's turn.
Dwyer, I'll save you, buddy! Charming, not wanting to drive his rapier through Dwyer's head, is instead going to sheath his rapier and then try to punch Dwyer in the face.
Alrighty.
He's basically making an offhand attack.
Right.
On the table. And let's see here. That would be 18 to hit.
Yep.
Alright. So I'm going to throw in a goading attack. So make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save 19.
That saves it, so no problem. But I'll get the damage. Alright. Oh, that's right. It's a D4 for my attack. Crap. Snake Eyes on that. But that's going to be 9 bludgeoning damage. Straight to the face area.
Yeah, it's dead.
Oh. Okay.
You punch it, it just kind of squishes and then drops to the ground.
Well, it would be in my hand, because the intent was to grapple.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
So. Huh.
It just deflates.
Impulse die, I suppose. See what I do. Dwyer, you're safe! Slaps you on the back.
Thank you,
With
Charming.
the creature still in my hand.
Dwyer's gonna start to think of it, realize he got slapped by the thing that was holding onto his face, but he's still gonna be like, "Thanks, Charming." Now we still have another one to take care of. Helpful, just make sure, just keep it away from your face region, because those things hurt.
I don't think it would want Charming's face. If you're making intelligence saving throws, it's probably trying to suck something out of you. It's not going to get much from Charming.
Right.
But, I mean, I have an extra attack. It's just Charming would not use it at this point. So, I'm done.
Alright. Halt.
Okay, give me a second because I'm doing 2 things at once. Remember when I told you to have raises right at 5? Yeah. So, I'm doing that and trying to roll. Think I like on the computer. 12.
12. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, I'll roll the second hit. 12 again, so I hit twice. Oh god, I just hit for guaranteed 24 damage. Is it dead?
Yeah, the other one is definitely dead.
Okay, I won't bother rolling because that's won't work. But yeah, that's guaranteed 24 damage.
Guaranteed 24. Alright. Yeah, both of the brains are dead. The poor second brain never even got a chance to do anything.
Oh.
Dwyer, are you alright?
I hate the future.
What are those things anyways?
I don't know. I don't care. If I see any more of them, I am going to throw a freaking fireball at them.
Hey, that's a good idea. Cool.
Jennifer will look at Dwyer.
I did a nature check and got crit, so it's a 21.
Alright.
We are not native to this world.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
have
know.
no knowledge of it.
It kind of reminds you of an intelligence devourer from the Forgotten Realms. Being that that's for your home world. Beyond the fact that it seems similar to such a creature, you have no idea what it is.
I have no idea what it is.
Because it was definitely a brain with claws, and so.
Anyway, like you were saying, what Jennifer was going to say to Dwyer.
Actually, Jennifer was going to flat out tell you that you are really lucky because that creature is an intelligence devourer, and if it had managed to latch onto your brain, as it was attempting to do, you would be dead right now.
Dwyer stomps on the brains for good measure. Oh, my brain! I'm gonna. You see,
Hey, it might have been edible. We could have just made lunch.
yeah, you see. I suggest you guys someone start to grab him because he's about to fireball. Looks like he's about to start casting fireball right in the middle of everybody.
Please stop. Big crapple. Come
He
on,
throws
Dwyer.
Fine. He throws a firebolt at the other one. Just a firebolt, not a fireball. Just to see if it cooks.
How does it smell?
Hey, who knows? If you eat it, you might gain its intelligence.
If that does happen, let's feed them. Let's feed them to Charming first.
Right?
Well, snacking on some of that brain.
So much yes in that statement.
Also, got a text from you. He's not going to be rejoining us, so we might as well carry on without him.
Yeah. Well, it's 5:40, so I was planning to wrap
Yeah,
up here
probably
pretty quick.
wrap here. Because I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well.
our
Short
short
rest.
rest.
Yep. I figure you guys probably want a short rest, especially poor Dwyer over there who just almost had his brain sucked out.
Yeah, I'm gonna convert my plus I'm gonna convert my sorcery points back into my one of my level 3 spell slot that I burned, trying to shatter these four suckers.
Yeah. Speaking of which, now that you've killed them, on a failure, on a failure of the intelligence saving throw, roll 3d6. If the total equals or exceeds that target's intelligence score, that score is reduced to 0. The target is stunned until it regains at least 1 point of intelligence.
Holy crap! I got lucky.
I rolled a 13. I was 1 point away.
Oh, thank you, 14 intelligence.
I was 1 point away. Yeah, once you
actually,
are
my intelligence is 13, so that's scary.
once you are dropped down to 0 intelligence, it can use its next action to teleport your brain out of your body
Oh my
and
God.
teleport its brain into, or teleport itself into yours, and
I
then
have
take
control.
complete and total control of your body.
Oh my god! Oh my
So in
god!
other words, I would have been possessed again.
Possessed and
No,
dead,
Wouldn't think
essentially.
Charlie killed it in one shot.
Not possessed. Possessed means someone's mind is controlling your mind. What this is, you don't
It's just
have a
control-
brain.
Yeah.
Yep. Your brain is
You're a
literally
scarecrow.
the creature.
But yeah, Charming did knock it out before he could have a second turn, so you would have been fine.
Oh,
Just had
oh,
zero
Yep.
intelligence.
Ew. That is, it's like, okay, we should stay away from these guys.
Yep.
Just realized I still haven't got the chance to use deflect missiles.
Hey, at least it's not alien.
If the intelligence devourer is either forced out of the body or leaves, the body then dies unless its brain is restored within 1 round. I should note I was wrong. It doesn't teleport your brain out. It devours your brain.
Oh,
According to this, it says, where did it go? The intellect devourer is also forced out if the target regains its devoured brain by means of a wish. Basically, once it eats your brain, the only way to be alive is to be wished for your brain to return.
Unless you're just killed, and then you could be revived with whatever healing spell is necessary.
Right.
It would have been sucked if I would have died twice. 2 weeks ago.
Right.
If we don't have Mister with us.
Yeah, she's gonna love the fact that I nearly got my brain ripped out.
You nearly got your brain devoured. I have been waiting to use one of these things on you. These intelligence devourers, since we're likely not going to be going back to Curse of the Azure Bonds, these intelligence devourers are a random encounter in the final area of Curse of the Azure Bonds. The 4 or 5 of them in a group, because they're CR2 creatures, and you'll be level 10 by that point.
Wasn't I using Edward Threepwood for that?
Yes, I believe so.
And I was using them on Grumpy, the Grumpy Tiefling. We're using the Mighty Pirate.
Yep. But yeah, that was an intelligence devourer, and it is quite nasty, and it is quite deadly, and it will devour your brain, and you will be screwed. So, I just like how it had 1 health, and then, like, Charming comes up and smashes it in the face.
Well, smashes Dwyer in the
Smash
face.
Dwyer in the face.
It just happened to be there at the time.
Right. That was pretty great.
I
Anyway,
can so see that playing through in my head. It's like Dwyer walks up to the thing and it lashes out, grabs onto his face. Somebody help me! Charming yells back, I'll save you! Runs up to him, punches in the face, and the thing just falls off.
yep.
I saved you!
Yeah, it's like I got punched. I got punched in the face. To save my brain. Yay, friendship.
It's magic.
Yep. Anyway, thanks for coming out and playing. Also, those watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Those watching the live stream, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, follow, comment,
Yada yada yada.
rating.
Maybe
And
we
I'm
won't die
afraid.
next time.
I'm tired. And maybe we'll kill off Dwyer next week.
Yeah, I die again. See if I die again.
Right. I mean, you've got much worse things to worry about in this dungeon than robots and intelligence
disguise.
devourers.
We're
So,
going to fight robots in disguise next.
let me just say, there are other time gates in here, and by the time you get through this dungeon, you will have gone to the present, the past, the future, and somewhere in between, to a place where nothing and everything existed at once.
So does that mean we're going to meet God?
I was gonna say, are we gonna meet an old man at the end of time?
Are we going to fight Lavos?
Right. Anyway,
I would love to fight GLaDOS. Oh my
not
god.
Lavos.
Lavos
Oh, Lavos.
and Chrono Trigger.
But I would still love to fight GLaDOS.
Anyway, I will see everybody in the next podcast. So, Keep calm and pony on, everybody.